welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here with the lovely Prina, who's a makeup artist. You guys have probably seen her on my Instagram before.
Hi guys.
Well, tell a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I guess I've always done makeup. I've always loved doing makeup. Since I was 8 years old, I used to play in my mom's makeup bag, which she wasn't super happy about. And then, yeah, I kind of just started, like I was always self-taught. And I just started doing my friends, like for grads, and I was the go-to friend for makeup, and then slowly just turned into like weddings, and then I got a job at Lancome, and yeah, always just did it on the side, I guess, of a full-time job.
Yeah.
And probably 8 months ago now, I decided I want to try and make it into a more of a career, just because I love it so much, and
And she's really good at it.
I'm just super passionate about like helping women feel confident about themselves and teaching them the tricks that I know. Like, I just feel like it's so important to share. We're all here to help lift each other up, and
I love that. Perfect. And if you guys want to follow her on Instagram, which you should, because she does a lot of little mini videos on tips, her Instagram handle
at
is
Prina Alyssa Makeup.
So we'll put it right there for you guys so you have it. But today, a lot of you guys asked for her to show you how to do kind of an everyday makeup look. So she's gonna kind of talk through it a little bit, what product she's using, why she's using it, and then also you guys had a few questions, so she's also gonna be answering those.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
here we go.
shall we get started? Super important to prep the skin, guys. This is something I learned kind of throughout the years. The makeup is gonna sit so much nicer on your skin when you prep it and prime it. Today we're gonna use the Milk Hydro Primer. This is good for all skin types. It's a grip primer. It also is like pretty moisturizing, which is nice. So you really only need a tiny bit. And we're just gonna put this all over the skin. So a primer will help like smooth out the skin, and the makeup will just lay nicer on it. And also it will help to set the makeup so it lasts all day as well, which is awesome. So with this Milk one, you actually have to wait a good minute to kind of let it set. And
I like the feeling of it.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into like, you'll feel it almost grip your skin. It's pretty cool. So we're just gonna put on some eye primer now. So this is just really good to help hold the eyeshadow all day. This one is like a 24-hour one. This one's the MAC Prep and Prime one. There is some really good ones out there. Anastasia has a really good one. Urban Decay has a really good one. But this one's really good as well.
I've actually never used eye primer.
Really?
I should start.
Oh yeah. And like me, I have more oily eyelids.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
crease
And
really
I would
easily.
say I crease very
so
easily.
it will prevent creasing
I
as
should
well.
have gotten my eyebrows threaded before this. Oops.
Don't even worry. They look great. So yeah, today we're just gonna do like an everyday look. You can wear it to work, you can wear it hanging out. And usually I like to start with eyeshadow. The reason that is because if there's any fallout that falls down, it's just so much easier to clean up. Like, you can just grab a makeup wipe and clean it up, and you're not ruining any foundation that you may have already done. So yeah, with this eyeshadow, we're just using a lighter color. I'll just show you guys. This is the Naked Reloaded palette. So we're going in with the color Bribe, which is this one right here. And we're gonna put it all over the eyelid. So right from the lash line all the way up to the brow line. And then I like to bring it in to the inner corner there a little bit too. So I'm gonna go in now with a blending brush. If you don't have a makeup blending brush, you need one in your life, because honestly, even if you don't know how to do makeup, this is gonna make you look like a professional. This one's the Morphe M330, but any blending brush that kind of looks like this, it's just fluffier on the tips. It will apply the product lightly, and then you can just slowly blend it in. So just like this. And one other trick I've learned recently, I used to do the back and forth windshield washer motion.
Yeah, that's what I do. Not good?
Well, apparently it's better to do one direction. You want to kind of push the color in the direction that you want it to go. This is the color Bucked. So it is this one right here. So a pretty neutral brown. We're just keeping it pretty simple. Blending in one direction apparently will help the product go in the place that you want it to go, and it'll also prevent any texture from building. So that's why they say One Direction. I'm still getting used to it because I was so used to the back and
That's
forth.
what I used to
for
do.
so long.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then you can kind of bring it in and do like a little V as well in the outer corner of your eye. And then I'm going to get you to open. So another thing you want to do when you're putting your eyeshadow on is open your eyes, because it could look really good when your eyes are closed, but you're not going to walk around with your eyes closed all day.
Yeah.
So it's really just a good tip to like open while you're looking in the mirror. Open them up and then blend. So now you can see a little bit, you can just see the placement better on
Yeah.
where it is. And then again, we're just gonna kind of pull it into the corners, just like that. Just to create a little bit of a V. Just give some more definition. But even if you're rushing to work or whatever, right? Like, you don't have to spend half an hour doing your makeup. You can get it done. Like, I have mine down to like 4 minutes flat.
Holy, really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
You can get that too.
Eyeshadow, I feel like, has to be so long, but that was so quick.
Yeah, and we just use 2 colors. So today we're just making it super easy. So next what I like to do is go in with foundation. So I'm gonna use the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. This one's a really good one. It's like medium to full coverage. It kind of gives a bit of a, more of a dewy look to it.
I like that.
There's so many different foundations out there. I really recommend that people go into a store, whether it be Sephora or MAC or wherever, and get color matched. It's so important to get color
Yeah.
matched.
Yeah.
They do it for you. It's free.
Yeah.
Just spend the extra 5 minutes, and then also you can like try it on and see if you actually like it, because it's quite the investment these days for foundation.
Oh my
so
gosh,
you
yeah.
might as well
It's like your grocery
get
store. Wow.
yeah, you might as well get something that you really like.
What do you recommend between a brush or a beauty blender to put it on? Because I was using a beauty blender, and then ever since
Yeah.
you did my makeup with a brush, I switched over to a
Oh
brush.
really?
And I liked
Okay.
it better.
Do you? Okay. And I feel like it's such personal preference.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
I personally prefer the brush, but then I've talked to so many people that prefer
That are
the
obsessed
beauty
with the beauty blender.
blender. I think sometimes a beauty blender is better if you have more texture on the skin because you're kind of pressing it down. For me, the main reason I use a brush is because it's quicker. I just feel like it's a lot quicker. And
Good to
sometimes
know.
I'll use a beauty blender just for concealer.
Yeah.
Like, so it is kind of quick and
Oh yeah, and that was another one of the questions that we had. So for acne, is it better to put concealer on before foundation or after?
I always do it after. I hate to say like that there's any rules
Yeah.
with makeup,
Yeah.
because I think anything really goes, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever works for you. But I personally would do foundation first, and then what it didn't cover, like, because
Do the-
concealer is going to provide heavier coverage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so like I just
That's
think
what I
if you
used to do,
put,
too.
if you put the concealer on first and then you're like brushing on foundation after, like it's almost
kind of
going to wipe
moving it
the-
around. Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, we're kind of mixing a couple of colors here. Obviously, when you go in and get color match, you won't have to do this. So I know I'm using a couple brushes, but I may as well chat about them. These are both Sephora Pro brushes. One is the number 57, that's just a smaller brush. And the other is a number 47, which I really like this for applying foundation.
Oh my gosh. See, if I, like, you did this so quick, like it looks like you spend a lot of time, but you don't, you
It's
know?
quick, it's the brushes too, right?
Yeah.
What do they say? Like, if you don't have any brushes, it's kind of like a carpenter trying to do his tool or trying to do his work without any tools. Like, it really does make a big difference
Yeah.
to have, you know, you don't need a ton of brushes. Like, you can even get like double-ended ones that are a bit cheaper. Morphe has some great cheap ones.
I know Sephora too, sometimes that you can buy like kits
Yes.
that are like on sale or for
Yeah.
like $60 or $70.
Yeah,
You get like
yeah.
a bunch of different brushes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I have a question. How many times should you wash your brushes?
I think for the regular person, like once a month.
Okay.
You can wash them more, like once a week, I would say, if you have like acne or any kind of skin
Yeah.
issues,
Yeah.
then it's probably better just to keep them
Okay.
clean.
And it
yeah.
doesn't wreck the brushes if you wash it that much? Or should
No,
you not do
you
any
should
more than a
actually
week?
use like an actual brush cleaner. This was also my mistake. I used to use
I
like
use
dish-
soap. I
yeah.
use soap.
dishwasher soap, which can just ruin your brushes, and like the brush hair will just start
Okay.
to fall out.
So you actually should.
Yeah,
use,
you
okay.
should be using an actual brush cleaner. It's just gonna, like, realistically, your brushes should almost last a lifetime if you
Oh.
take good care of them.
Wow,
So they
okay.
are quite the investment sometimes. But yeah, if you take proper care of them, it works out well. So we are gonna go in, we're gonna just stick with Too Faced today, the Born This Way concealer. So I know one of the questions was like how to cover under eye
Oh yeah.
bags.
You know what I started doing is washing my face with cold water and sleeping on my
Oh.
back has
Oh,
helped
really?
with my bags.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
because
I've
they used to
heard,
be
like-
way like really bad.
Really? And I've
Mhm.
heard like water, like drink lots and lots
Yeah.
of water, make sure you're really hydrated.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite products that I recently kind of came across, it's the Becca, it's basically a highlighter. I use the light to medium, you can also get like medium to dark, but basically you need like, I don't know if you can see how much product I have on my
it's
finger,
not a
like
lot.
hardly
So is
any. You put it right in the spots that are dark and just gently pat it in. And like I said, you need the tiniest bit. And all it does is brighten under that eye. So
Definitely.
yeah, with this, you don't have to wear as much concealer. So even if you have a thicker concealer at home, you only need a tiny bit. So if you buy this, you only need a tiny bit of this and then a tiny bit of your concealer. So I actually feel like both products would last you
A really long
longer.
time.
Yeah. This is the multi-use sculpting concealer. The reason I like this is because it's $39 at Sephora in Canada. And it's bigger. It's like almost
Yeah,
twice
it's
as big
huge.
as like a regular packaged concealer. So yeah, plus it's actually really good.
Like for acne scars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather do a foundation over a powder? Like scars are really hard to cover.
Yeah, I think foundation, like probably more of a full coverage. Like it just, I know some of the powders say like medium to full coverage. I just think
I
you
thought,
have a
yeah.
bit more control over when it's a liquid foundation.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I've tried powder before and I actually feel like it looks cakier sometimes than foundation.
Yeah, and it could be
Personally.
too like depending on when you're wearing it. Like maybe you're more dry in the winter, and that's when
Yeah.
you put it on, so it's gonna sit
Yeah.
more cakey on the skin. But yeah, I think if you're trying to cover a lot of texture, I would probably just go with a full coverage foundation. I actually find the Huda Beauty foundation is really great for like, it is a very full coverage, but like it is pretty incredible what it can do. For concealer, I like to get like right in under and then right in that corner too.
Sorry, where?
So just right in under that lash line
Okay.
and then right in here in the
Up to
corner.
the corner.
Yeah, because sometimes it'll be like a little bit darker in here,
Yeah.
so you want to not forget about that. And you can just kind of gently bring it out too. If you're trying to cover any texture or anything on the skin, you can just like gently press it in. Gently pressing wherever there might be texture. We don't want to necessarily like brush it off because we want the product to stay where I'm putting it.
Is this just a bright in certain spots?
Yeah, you can just look at me quick. Now, if you want, this is kind of where you could add some setting powder.
So why is setting powder so important?
I think it depends like on how, like if your skin is more oily, setting powder is like a good idea. But if you're already using a primer and a setting spray maybe after, I don't know if you necessarily need all the
of it?
steps.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
If you have more oily skin, this is recommended to do it though.
I think so. It just kind of takes the shine down a bit. And then if you just look up, I like
How
to
much
put a
do
little.
you need? Not a lot, right?
No, not a lot. Like if you get any creasing under the eyes, it can be good for that to help prevent it. This one I'm using the Laura Mercier.
That's the one I use.
Is it? Yeah. This is that one there.
And I like their
And-
mini ones for when I travel.
Yeah. If your ears are burnt or anything like that, you can always like brush off the excess foundation with your brush onto your ears too. If you ever find like,
Oh.
you know what I mean? Like you're out in
Yeah.
the sun all day and you're like, oh. So next I'm just gonna go in with some bronzer. I like to usually get these kits. You don't have to, you can get bronzer by itself. But like the Smashbox one is $50 Canadian.
Oh, Oh,
and it
has
includes like, yeah, bronzer, blush, and there's 2 different highlighters, and then contour colors. So,
Those are nice.
yeah, for $50, like
I
you
know,
could
because
buy
usually
one
sometimes,
bronzer
I was
for,
just saying, for like
yeah,
40.
it's pretty good. So we're just, I think, gonna bronze today. We're not gonna go into the whole contouring as much, but you just want to keep that product. Like if you just suck in your cheeks, you want to keep, if you can see that line, sometimes you can kind of feel it, but like you just don't want to go below that line
Mm-hmm.
because it's just gonna drag the face down. So you always want to keep it up.
Above this.
So usually the rule is usually like 2 fingers, but if you have more of a narrow face like I kind of do, and like you probably get away with 1 and a bit, so you want to start it
Oh.
kind of right there. Kind of blend it out after. So if you feel like there's too much, you can grab your big fluffy brush again, any big fluffy brush, and just kind of go over top of it. Just fade it out that way. And then we might as well, while we're here, just do some highlighting. So I know maybe sounds like a lot of steps, but really if you have it like in a kit like this.
Yeah, it's all right there.
Another idea to a kit like this, like if you're traveling or whatever, you can actually use some of these as eyeshadows.
Oh.
I've done that before where,
Smart.
yeah, like you could use this and this and that, these
Yeah.
2. So yeah, with the highlighter, you can kind of bring it up like this. I like to do some in the inner corners of the eye. So if you just open, just like that. And this will actually make you look more awake
Oh, yeah.
as well. Just kind of adds a little bit of a glow. You can also add some to the nose if you want, and then to the cupid's bow. Just kind of defines that area. You can even take a little on the eyes there too. Your lashes are pretty curly, so Jordan isn't gonna need an eyelash curler, I would say.
Yeah, I've never really used one.
Yeah, I don't think you need to, but like my lashes are poker straight, so I 100% use an eyelash curler. So I would use the eyelash curler at this stage.
Before you put on mascara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, always before, because you put it on after, sometimes you'll get that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I've seen that.
crinkled look. Yeah. So this is where I personally like to spend a little bit more time on my makeup, if you have it. Just because I really like, I just love the look of long lashes. And I personally don't worry about if they're a little bit clumpy. I know some people don't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it makes them stand out a little bit more.
Mhm.
Obviously you don't want them like spider-like, but
Yeah.
I think, you know, if they look a little bit thicker, that's all good. So if you just look straight ahead maybe for me,
Okay.
if you can, down a little bit. So you just want to grab like the base of the lash and then just do like a gentle back and forth motion, I guess. Oh, that's why you're doing this.
Gotcha.
And then towards the,
What does that do?
just elongates them.
Oh.
Yeah. And then another trick too, like if you get any eyeshadow on your lashes, is for the very first one, just kind of go over
Oh,
top.
like do like the whoop.
Like so. Get it down just a little. You can still open. Anyway, you're just basically covering back here. And just one little swoosh usually does it. And then I always like to do the bottom lashes too. You don't have to, like if you're in a rush, but I
Yeah.
just find it just adds a little
Yeah, you
bit
can
of.
tell it kind of pops a little bit more.
Yeah. Ta-da! All right. Perfect. And we're just gonna go in with a gloss as well. So we're gonna use just a nude color for Jordan today, and it is the Bare Minerals. It's called Gen Nude in Girl Boss. 'Cause you
Oh.
are a girl boss.
Girl boss.
But yeah, it's just an easy way to finish a look. Just quickly apply the gloss and then you're out the door. These ones I find fairly long wearing, like for a gloss. They're a little bit sticky. If you don't love the stickiness, then it might not be the best option, but the stickier they are, usually the more long lasting they are.
That makes
At least with glosses, yeah. Yeah.
Put it in your purse for the day. I
Yeah.
like that gloss.
Yeah, that's really pretty. Just gonna do brows. So I guess for like just when you're doing this quick makeup look, this is a good option. This is actually a Sephora brand and it's like a thicker pencil, but it kind of has a bit of like that gel to it too, so it like sticks them. This one is super nice, just like, again, if you're just trying to do that like 5-minute makeup look and you just want to run out the door, and it'll help
Oh
kind
wow,
of just
that's
settle.
quick.
Yeah, it's so quick. This is like if you don't want that perfect brow, it's just more like the fluffy brow.
Yeah.
And it should hold the hairs in place as well.
Okay, so as you can see, quick 5-minute makeup look. Prina's gonna do a quick recap on all the products used. But brows, a little bit of shadow, foundation, gloss, blush, bronzer. Yeah, she will step you through it, but here it is.
Okay, so I'm just gonna briefly chat about which products we used. We used a primer, like this is the Milk for the face primer, and then the MAC for the eye primer. So start with those two. Then we went on to eyeshadow. Like,
Right,
I know this is a big kit, but we only used these two colors. We used this one here, and we used this one here for the second color. So that's all we did. So if you have like just a neutral brown and a lighter color, that's great. Then we went in with foundation, concealer, and I just kind of the one-stop shop here. So this kind of, we use the bronzer, the blush, and this highlighter here from the Smashbox kind of palette. And then we use the Sephora pencil for the brows. This is just if you want that fluffy brow look. Mascara, we use the Tarte Gifted, that one there. And the gloss. Finished off with the Bare Minerals gloss in Girl Boss. And that was it, so yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I will list the products below on, again, of what we used, and then there's Prina's Instagram handle for you guys. Thank you so much. So next week we are gonna chat about how you can take this everyday makeup look, and then after work, if you're heading out for a date night or with your girls, how you can take this look already, just vamp it up a little bit and head for a night out. Thanks for watching and have a great day. I'm gonna have a mix of garlic and coffee breath. Because I have such a big forehead that I feel like
No, you don't. I'm pretty sure
sun
mine
would
is
be like,
mine is
boom.
mine is bigger than yours. Go on.
I have my dad's forehead, or 5-head. Jared calls it a 7-head.
Oh my god. We're always too hard on ourselves.
I know.
We got some.
5-minute everyday makeup look. Dress me up, but you can't take me out.